Imagine waking up one morning to a world completely transformed. Every single glacier, every polar ice cap, and every frozen mountain peak on Earth has completely melted. You look out your window and the oceans are rising, coastlines are drowning, and the world as you know it is disappearing right before your eyes. Does this sound like something out of a disaster movie? Well, scientists say it's not impossible, and the consequences would be absolutely. Welcome to the Science Spark, where we turn the universe's biggest questions into jaw-dropping reality. First, let's wrap our heads around the sheer scale of ice on our planet. We're talking about Antarctica, Greenland, the massive glaciers of Alaska, and the towering Himalayas. Altogether, Earth holds over 6 million cubic miles of ice. Now, picture all of that turning into water. The most immediate and dramatic effect: sea levels would rise by a staggering 70 meters or 230 feet. Think about that for a second. Major coastal cities like New York, London, Shanghai, Mumbai, Karachi, and Sydney would be completely submerged. Entire coastlines would vanish from the map. Countries would lose millions of homes, forcing billions of people to migrate inland. The very geography of our planet would be rewritten forever. We wouldn't just be looking at a new world map, we'd be living on a different planet. But rising waters are only the beginning. Ice acts like a giant mirror, reflecting sunlight back into space. Without it, Earth would absorb much more of the sun's heat. This would trigger a dangerous feedback loop, a runaway greenhouse effect. Summers would become scorchingly hot, far beyond what we experience today. Hurricanes would be supercharged into monstrous storms, and weather patterns would become wildly unpredictable. We'd see everlasting droughts in some regions, while others would face catastrophic, massive floods. The stable climate we depend on would descend into total chaos. Glaciers are also Earth's natural water tanks. They slowly release meltwater, feeding major rivers like the Indus, the Ganges, and the Yangtze. These rivers provide drinking water, support agriculture, and sustain life for over 2 billion people. If the glaciers disappear, these lifelines will dry up, leading to unprecedented food and water shortages. At the same time, a newly ice-free Arctic would open up navigable oceans, creating new trade routes, but also sparking new geopolitical tensions and conflicts over resources. It's a strange paradox of new opportunities born from global catastrophe. And what about life on Earth? The impact would be devastating. Animals like polar bears, penguins, seals, and walruses would lose their icy habitats entirely, pushing them towards extinction. But humans wouldn't be safe either. Deep within the ancient ice and frozen permafrost, ancient diseases and viruses have been trapped for thousands of years. As the ice melts, these could be released into our modern world. In fact, scientists have already discovered 30,000-year-old viruses in thawing permafrost. A world without ice would be a world full of unknown biological risks we are completely unprepared for. So, the big question is, could this really happen? The answer is yes, but it won't happen overnight. This isn't a problem for tomorrow, but it is a challenge for humanity over the next few centuries. The choices we make right now, like switching to clean energy, protecting our forests, and reducing pollution, will directly influence how quickly this future arrives. We have the power to slow it down. What if all the ice on Earth melted? The planet itself would survive. It always does. But our civilization, our world, would never be the same again. If you loved this mind-blowing journey, show some love by commenting, liking, and subscribing to The Science Spark, where curiosity lights up the universe. Thanks for watching.